Well, this will probably be the last day that we drive in and out with the Jeep. We just got close to a foot of snow. And once we start seeing a lot of sleds on the road, we try to stay off of it with tires. We just use the Skidoo and the Ranger on tracks. But up until just a day or two ago, we barely had any snow. The whole mountain was covered with ice, and this road was ice from top to bottom. We've been going in and out with chains. Starting to climb now. We're really churning. We had some errands to do in town, so I took the chains off. And we're gonna find out if that was a mistake or not. When we start the steep incline, I can't go slow because if I churn down to the ice, we're not gonna go any further. So I'm just gonna have to make a run for it. You up for the journey, you guys? So hang on. Here we go. Hang on, Frankie.
Here we go, kids. Hey, birds.
Churning a little bit, but we're going.
I think we're gonna make it.
We got it. Honey, we're home. What do you think, Tail? We're home, baby girl. Did you get shaken? Shaken, but not stirred. Here's some partridge tracks. He came out of that thick stuff. Was walking here. Little nature sign right there. He was walking, and then he ran for a couple of steps and took off. And that's his wing marks in the snow right there. See? Right there, right there. And he flew off up there.
January is our month for slowing down. After getting through the crunch of preparing for winter, followed by the holidays, we're ready to get out and enjoy the forest that surrounds us. Enjoying our surroundings is why we surrounded ourselves with in the first place. It wasn't that hard to figure out, really. What I can't figure out, however, is why this beaver chose to set up shop in a mountain stream and not down in the valley where the conditions are better. So I'm setting up some trail cams to see how this journey of his plays out.
I never would have expected to see some beaver activity way up here. We get this camera pointing downward. This is the last place that I would ever look for a beaver. They always colonize down in the swampy lowlands, you know, with the soft, muddy bottoms, because they have to keep their entrance to their lodge underwater. It keeps them safe from predation that way. And if we have a long, hard winter and the ice keeps getting thicker and thicker, they can channel down in that soft mud and keep themselves, you know, under the ice and keep them safe. Up here, this is a shallow, stone-laden mountain stream. He's not going to channel down in this. And I can see he's attempting to build a lodge and also attempting to dam up the stream. But this little fella is going overland a lot to get brush to build his dam and his lodge with. All right? If coyotes try to get him, he doesn't have any deep water to escape them. All right? So I just set up a bunch of trail cameras, and I'm going to monitor this, but I think it's mission impossible for him, and I don't think he's going to survive the winter. How long he's going to keep doing this, I don't know, but I'm going to find out. So I'm going to document this whole deal, see how it unfolds. It's going to be interesting one way or another.
So far, this has been a successful endeavor for both myself and the beaver. I'm getting some interesting footage to share, and the beaver's gotten a lot accomplished and so far has managed to keep himself safe from predation. By watching this little fellow work, it's easy to see where the term busy as a beaver has come from. His work ethic and foresight is exemplary. The temperature is dropping and he knows that very soon access to his food source will become limited. He may have none at all, so he works day and night. Gathering small trees, he drags them home and stores them underwater for sustenance for when he's locked beneath the ice. He eats the bark from them and uses the bare twigs for construction of his lodge and dam. His instincts have him doing the right things, but in an unfavorable location. This shallow stream offers him little protection, and going overland in search for food is risky business when so many are after him. Others are looking for food out here as well. There he goes again, heading into harm's way. But lucky for him, bunnies create a diversion. They're always on the predator's menu, and they're plentiful. Will this be a game of cat and mouse, or the fox and the hare?
Pretty cold day out there today. We were going to go and trek around the woods a little bit, but we decided there'll be better days for that. JC's down in the workshop. He's gathering up the ice fishing gear, and I'm keeping myself busy here in the kitchen. So I'm boning out this chicken. We had some leftover chicken from the other day, and I got my stock all set. So we're going to get the soup put together, and I'll get that simmering. And then over here on the wood stove, so I have a sauce going here. Spaghetti sauce. I got some meatballs and some sausage in there. JC loves Italian. He'd eat it 5 days a week if I let him. So I got some lunches here and maybe a dinner. Got my soup almost ready. I just got to finish boning out the chicken, and then I can move that over here and put that on the stove. So I'm heating the water for dishes, and the oven's up to temp for cooking supper tonight. Doing all these tasks with one fire, the fire we're heating the house with. The firewood comes from the land, and cutting firewood is something we love to do anyway. Can't beat that.
Today we're heading out for a trek. The hard snowpack offers perfect conditions for hiking, so that's what we're gonna do. The skidoo will bring us over to the next valley, and we'll head off on foot from there. We're going exploring today.
A lot of caverns down in these stones here. Little red squirrel. He has his cones hidden in there. He brought some out, ate them up here. He's got these little spots all over the place. What do you think, Mama?
I'm loving it.
Nice, huh?
It's what we need.
It is. Beautiful. We're up in the spruce and hemlock. Yeah. and we're climbing. We're climbing up. Pretty steep here. Yeah, man. You don't want to fall down there, you'd end up down in the water.
Yeah.
All right, Mama, let's keep going. When we were coming up out of the spruce, Mama goes, it looks like we're almost to the top, which you did. But then you got on the top of that, and look what's up here. Yeah.
Often the case. You get a fault.
Yeah. We got a ways to go. What a thing to do today. So we reached the summit. We weren't really planning on doing this today. We just wanted to get out and enjoy the woods. It's cold and it's windy and there'd be better days for it, but what the hell. And as you can see, we got some nice panoramic views here. Mountains in all directions. It's wonderful. Wonderful thing to do today. Going down. Don't fall down, Mama. Can't carry you out of here. We weren't planning on climbing a mountain today. We were going out for a walk.
We spent most of the last 2 months enjoying the woods we live in. But now it's time to get back to work and try to finish up all these projects we had started, like the greenhouse. We're planning for a large garden, which will require lots of plants. Plants we want to start from seed. So we'll need a place to accommodate them. We built a potting bench and racks and shelves, and with those accomplishments behind us, we started planting seeds. Now our intentions were only to start a few seeds now and plant the rest in a few weeks. That didn't go as intended. Once we got started, we couldn't stop, and we planted them all. Now we knew we were acting too early on this, but, well, you know how it is. Having a greenhouse is one thing, but having snow and cold in the forecast is another. To be successful with our seedlings, we'll need a wood stove in there. And the stove will need a chimney, so we put one in. When the chimney was in, we went to get the stove, but rain and mild temps made the snow disappear. When that happens, the mountain can be full of surprises.
We drove through here yesterday, not a problem. Coming down this morning, pulling the trailer, going to get a wood stove. Obviously, it didn't go as well as we planned. What I'm going to attempt to do, I do feel it's going to be a bit of a lost cause, but I'm going to try it first. I'm going to try and dig the front out, make it a little more of a gentle slope, put my traction bars in, try and go forward, because going backwards is not going to happen. I just brought down the other Jeep, and if I have to, I'll pull it backwards. To try and hook on the front with a chain, there's like nothing to hook to. You know, it's not like the old Jeep. It's made for stuff like this. It's frozen here. It's got a big crack here. and this is wicked soft, but maybe the traction bar will give it enough of a bite and we'll get back on the road. Here we go. Go. Perfect.
So we made it down the mountain and got the stove. Now we just got to get her into place. This project required a bit of teamwork, but don't they all? Always screw the pipes together.
And where the seam of the pipe is, I put one on each side of the seam. Little possum under the gas grill. He's a little guy. They're so ugly, they're cute. Hey, what you doing? Looking for a handout? Huh? You're just a baby. Baby possum.
Road conditions change from day to day up here. We'll have mud and mild temps one day and ice and snow the next. So when we go to town, we gotta go prepared.
Temps have been warm all week. Got cold overnight, so the ice has gotten real slick. We just started coming down and the Jeep was spinning around. So I got off the road a little bit in this flat spot. I'm gonna throw the chains on just so we can get down the bottom of the hill. It's pretty crazy out here. A moonwalk. Pretty slick, as you can see. All right. Ass end sliding. There's just no room for chains on the back wheels. I've got like a quarter of an inch between the leaf springs and the tires. There's no room for it. Now, when the last time we drove the road, there was some bare spots where I can see some dirt down there, but like I said, the temps dropped, so the ice got real hard, and that makes it crazy slick. I'm just gonna check the chains and head on down. Yeah, it's quite a process just to get down the mountain sometimes, but you know, it's better than wasting all day in traffic.
Now that the frost is out of the ground, we can start getting an area prepared for a garden. But living on a slope with granite ledge just beneath the surface makes gardening a bit more challenging. Yeah. If we plan to grow anything here at all, we'll need to terrace the garden up the slope like a giant set of stairs. And we'll need to use what we have on hand to accomplish this. Here in the Granite State, what we have is rocks. Lots of them. So that's what we'll use. But playing in the mud only makes more mud. Will we succeed in this endeavor, or is it mission impossible? Now, I gotta admit, this seesawing back and forth between winter and spring made gardening on the mountain appear discouraging at times. Our greenhouse crops were ready for the ground long before the ground was ready for them.
They want to be planted.
I know. They do.
Our plants were outgrowing their pots and we want them in the ground, but There are others who want them in the ground as well.
The greenhouse, I dug this ditch for water runoff. I come over here and I pee every freaking day, and this is where the bear is, you know? Look at that. He's got a pretty good sized paw. See the claws right there? See the claws? Yeah. Oh, there's a bear track there and another one there. Some bear tracks there. He walked over that mound. Whole bunch of bear tracks in the ditch there. The thing that surprises me the most about these bears is they have no concern for human scent, dog scent, or even barking dogs. Last year, I'd be in the yard yelling at the bears and they're advancing, all right? That's just not good. That's not healthy, all right? And right here, I pee here every single day when I'm working out here. Pee in the same spot, right on the ditch here, and the bear track is right there. Frankie pees on that pole where the wind chimes are hanging and the bear's rattling the wind chimes. So it makes no sense. You know, these bears are, wherever they're coming from, are used to human beings. They know what bird feeders are. Barking dogs doesn't seem to bother them. So that's a concern. You know, we have to up our game a little bit and stay safe. Yeah. I mean, in some ways it's kind of exciting and a little bit fun, but it gets to be a little bit annoying too. Yeah. Look at this. Bear tracks on the porch. He just came up. Look at that. There's the door right here. He's right there. Look at that. Freaking crazy or what? See where he kicked up the leaves here. He scraped the leaves and stuff off of this stone as he was running away, digging for traction. Look at the claw marks. Look at that, huh? Look, one's there, right there. I mean, holy moly, he's got a paw there. That's pretty crazy. And he went running up over that brush. You can see the leaves are kicked up there too, right there. That's that right there. There's the camp right there, man. Yeah, a little exciting Saturday morning. Yeah. Bear at the door.
With snow and frozen ground, mud and sloppy ground, bears at the door and black flies in our face, you might say living up here has its challenges, and you're right about that. But we want a garden, and we're determined to have one. We've come this far, and we're not ones for throwing in the towel.
There's a few bugs, but not too bad.
Planting day has finally arrived. After several months of cutting trees and pulling stumps and our attempts of building a garden up on a foundation of solid ledge, not to mention all the time invested in planting seeds and caring for seedlings, well, I gotta admit, it was nice to see some empty cups around for a change. The black flies can be bad on the mountain. Stirring up the leaves can make them even worse. Some might say they're overwhelming. A head net is a must-have for times like these, and certainly a part of our daily dress code.
This is some of the compost that we made. Starting in 2016, every time that we would rake the yard or mow the lawn or anything, we would stockpile all the leaves and grass clippings in one spot. All the kitchen waste, everything has been going in there. And some of this is 4 years old now. And look at it. It's just beautiful compost. Okay? So that's what I'm spreading right around the plants. And then we're spreading some of the newer stuff like this over the top of it, and then we're going to blanket it with hay. So the mulch on top of the garden is going to be about that thick. but it's retaining the water, and this is breaking down and feeding the garden. It's just fabulous stuff. That is gardener's gold right there, man. The month of May was a challenging and very stressful time for us. I was scheduled for surgery on June 10th, and we needed to have the garden in and projects completed before that. Now, I didn't know how long I would be in recovery. In truth, I didn't know if I would ever recover at all. I had been dealing with cancer for quite some time, and both physically and mentally it was taking its toll on me. My surgery was originally scheduled for February, but the hospital postponed that due to the pandemic. My cancer had become more aggressive, and really things weren't looking that good for me. So people that knew the severity of my situation would always ask, why are we working so hard? Why don't we just go on a vacation and enjoy this time? Well, even though we were working very hard, we were enjoying the time because we wanted a garden here since the first day we moved to the mountain, and we were just moving forward with that. We wanted to complete that task. Planting a garden is an act of faith. You don't plant something without the expectations of watching them grow. Faith is direction, and without direction, one is lost. Our direction is straightforward. To hold course, we need faith, so we choose to keep the faith. We planted the garden, we got it done.
The garden exceeded our expectations in every way. Not only was it teeming with an abundance of wholesome organic produce, a crucial element for maintaining a healthy body, it also provided the positive energy and tranquility needed for a peaceful mind. In short, working together, we created an oasis for healing the mind, body, and spirit. In 6 short weeks, I was back to my old self again, and we were plunging forward with all of the plans that we had. We picked up the project right where we left off and added a chicken coop and a wood shed to the workshop and greenhouse. When summer came to an end, we found ourselves pulling up the garden with the same pride and enthusiasm as the day that we planted it. Our faith-driven endeavor was a complete success, and it just goes to show you reap what you sow. With the garden finished and the harvest all cashed away, it's time to get the homestead prepared for winter. Firewood is our only source of heat, but the wood stove also serves as the water heater and baking oven for about half the year. It's a big money saver for us, and luckily, gathering firewood is a chore we both enjoy. Lori handles all the small stuff and puts up a good stack of it. When she wants to get the oven up to temp in a hurry, this is just the ticket for the task. I guess you might say she's got this wood stove cooking all figured out.
All right,
Alrighty,
give it 4 hours.
4 hours.
Okay.
Hey.
Now winter comes quick here on the mountain. Sometimes when there's rain in the forecast, snow appears instead. Which reminds me we need to get that screen porch enclosed. Maybe a day late, but we'll get her done.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get out and cut some of this stuff.
By mid-November, our vehicles usually head down the mountain for the last time, and our home will only be accessible by snowmobile and ATV after that. It makes life more interesting, to say the least. Just the simple task of checking the mail can turn into an all-day adventure with 1.5 miles of down timber to clear from the trail.
Yeah, so this is our road to the cabin. I guess we got a little bit of clearing to do. Crazy.
Our first winter here was the most challenging and full of unknowns and uncertainty, but the snow and seclusion is old hat for us now. We welcome the change of seasons as they all have their charm, and we just roll with the challenges. 'Cause like I always say, my friends, adventure and adversity go hand in hand, and life is what you make of it.
Toys. Frankie knows how to do it. No pro. I'm gonna open them. Tildy's busy with the toys. It's a Tildy takeover. Oh no, another squeaker.
Frankie and the boss out walking in the woods, living life happy and free. Tracks in the snow everywhere they go, there's a pokey way up in that tree. A beaver built a pond where they have some fun, taking life a day at a time. Best friends until the end, Frankie and the boss, Frankie and the boss, Frankie and the boss.